Bitch, you come over here, it's gonna be different.
What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What the f
This is crazy. Let him go, let him go, let him go.
He good, let her cool.
I'm in the bustling center of New York City, where people pursue their goals and frequently break their hearts. A terrible crossroads confronted Chrissy Lampkin, whose relationship with Jim Jones had always been an engaging story, full of love, laughter, and a shared vision for the future. They were a prominent couple in the public eye, receiving praise for their dedication and passion. Yet, a secret lurked beneath the glamour and elegance, threatening to demolish everything they had constructed. The evening started just like any other. After a long day, Chrissy was eager to relax when she got home. She had dinner and warm chats with Jim on her mind. But as she settled into the familiar comfort of her apartment, she initially ignored a notification on her phone. Suddenly, she felt an urge to check social media for no apparent reason. What she learned shocked her to the core.
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're okay with this. Are you okay with that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
There were rumors circulating. Her stomach twisted like a jagged knife when she learned that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. The shock was almost physical, with every heartbeat echoing the betrayal. How could the man she had loved so deeply betray her trust in such a profound way? The weight of the revelation left her breathless. As she read through posts and comments, piecing together the story, Chrissy was overcome with a wave of emotions: anger, bewilderment, and pain. Her life was suddenly haunted by sadness. A secret girlfriend had appeared out of nowhere. All the years they had spent together felt like a terrible delusion, their promises crumbling. How Jim had concealed such a significant aspect of his life was a mystery to Chrissy. In the days that followed, shrouded in layers of falsehoods and deceit, Chrissy found herself absorbed in a turbulent storm. Friends came together, and every discussion served as a reminder of the life she believed she had. Despite their attempts to provide consolation and support, with every passing moment, she realized that she would not be a victim. Though broken by betrayal and feeling the weight of concern and sympathy from those close to her, Chrissy became more determined. She realized this was about more than just Jim's adultery. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she chose to rise like a phoenix. She started to consider getting a divorce. After all, it was more than just a formality. It was a sign of empowerment. Chrissy began to see a future where she would be free from the bonds of betrayal and could experience new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she navigated the difficult process of divorce paperwork and legal consultations, determined to take charge of her life. When the time came to face Jim, the atmosphere was tense. As they met in their shared space, the walls that had once witnessed their laughter now felt like a prison. Chrissy's heart pounded, but she felt compelled to stand tall and tell him how deeply he had hurt her. Her voice was firm and steadfast as she laid out the facts. "You broke our trust, Jim," she said, locking her eyes onto his. "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." Jim's demeanor shifted from defensive to remorseful as he stammered to explain his actions. With each word, she felt the weight lifting off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and the narrative that had been so drastically altered. As they parted ways that day, Chrissy knew she was preparing to face a future all on her own.
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're okay with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
Yeah, you should.
Rumors had started to circulate. As she scrolled through posts and comments, piecing together the story, Chrissy felt the weight of the revelation. It left her breathless. The rumors of infidelity had come to a head in a shocking revelation. Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. It felt like a jagged knife twisting in her gut. The shock was almost physical, with each heartbeat echoing the betrayal. The woman, Chrissy's secret rival, had appeared out of nowhere, a specter haunting the edges of her life. In that moment, all the years they had spent together felt like a cruel illusion, their promises dissolving into thin air. How had Jim managed to hide such a monumental part of his life? The answers eluded her, wrapped in layers of lies and deceit. In the days that followed, Chrissy was engulfed in a flurry of emotions: anger, disbelief, and an aching sadness. Friends gathered around to support and console her during the storm of turbulence, but every discussion was a painful reminder of the life she believed she had. The pain was overwhelming. Broken by betrayal, she felt the weight of concern and sympathy from those closest to her. But in the midst of the chaos, one thing became clear: she would not be a victim. As time went on, her resolve grew stronger. She understood that this was about more than just Jim's infidelity. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she made the decision to rise like a phoenix. The idea of divorce began to take root in her mind, not just as a legal act but as an act of empowerment. Chrissy started to picture her future. One free from the bonds of betrayal, one filled with new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she navigated the difficult divorce process, sifting through paperwork and consulting legal professionals, determined to take charge of her life. When the time came, the tension was high as they gathered in their shared space. The walls that had once echoed with their laughter now felt confining. Chrissy's heart pounded as she prepared to confront him. She felt compelled to tell him the truth, to show him how deeply he had hurt her. With a calm yet unwavering voice, she laid out the facts. Jim's attitude shifted from defensive to regretful as he fumbled, trying to justify his behavior. But Chrissy wouldn't let his excuses sway her. "You shattered us," she said. In the weeks that followed, Chrissy threw herself into self-discovery, reconnecting with old friends and pursuing her dreams. She locked eyes with Jim and said, "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." With each word, she felt the weight lifting off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and taking back the narrative that had been so drastically altered. As they parted ways that day, with the city lights twinkling like stars against the night sky, Chrissy took time to travel and explore new places, reaffirming her belief that life could still be beautiful even after grief. She embraced the exciting opportunities ahead, stronger than ever, her spirit unaffected by Jim's decisions. Ready to build her own story, one full of love, self-empowerment, and newfound freedom, she rose from the ashes of betrayal. Meanwhile, in a recent conversation, Mama Jones openly admitted, "We don't get along. There are no words." She also mentioned on Love and Hip Hop New York that she deliberately avoids Chrissy, claiming, "Lemon isn't happy about us. I removed myself from her during the episode since I don't have a relationship with her." Despite being engaged, Jim and Chrissy had been dating on and off for almost 16 years but had not tied the knot. Chrissy stated that she was content with their relationship and that marrying Jim wasn't a priority. However, Mama Jones criticized this, arguing that Chrissy's claim about being unhappy with Jim was untrue. She refuted Chrissy's assertion that, as a mother, she had expectations, stating, "I'm the kind of person who will embrace whatever my son chooses because I adore him, and I know that's what he loves." Jim, however, revealed his wish to get married, even though Chrissy no longer considered it essential. Despite their long relationship, they had no children together. Mama Jones commented, "Even though we've spent a lot of time together, I wouldn't say he deserves better than her." While apologies had been exchanged, the couple still wasn't ready to take the next step. The reason behind Chrissy and Jim's prolonged engagement was discussed on The Real. Chrissy explained that marriage was no longer a priority, stating, "I thought marriage was the natural progression, but it's not for everybody. We're good right now." Since their relationship began in 2004, they had faced many challenges. Chrissy questioned, "What is the purpose of getting married before one of us is truly ready?" She emphasized that everyone moves at their own pace and refused to rush into marriage if it could lead to divorce. "I'm still here because I made this choice," she added. The couple is set to appear in Love and Hip Hop Season 10, premiering Monday, December 16th on VH1. Years ago, in a scene many saw as a turning point in their relationship, Chrissy moved from New York to Miami. Jim later traveled to Miami to propose, attempting to make up for what was perceived as a lack of commitment. Despite the grand gesture, they ultimately decided against marriage. Over the years, they have shared glimpses of their relationship, with Chrissy hinting that there may be more to their story.